We're going to be looking at the production facility reports inside the materials inspections and evaluations dashboard. This first column here, all related to production facilities. A little blurb at the top that kind of explains very briefly what each of these do. First one is the production facility map. This has the GPS or the latitude and longitude coordinates that are entered into MAC for each of our production facilities. This report can be filtered by specific facilities. If you know what you're looking for, you can look by district, by production facility type or material type. You can look at a company level, and then a QC plan status are all the different ways to filter that, just to see that the location information that's entered into the system is accurate to where these facilities actually exist. We've got a lot out here. This is either latitude and longitude are missing, so they've been plotted at 0, 0 here in the Atlantic Ocean. So these are facilities that need looking into to get that information updated in the system. Whenever you want to go back to the main page, you can just click here on production facilities. This will take us back to our dashboard. Continuing on to our next production facility report. This is the inspections. This goes through, by a certain amount of time. You can filter by district and by material type, but this is going to look at the inspections that are performed on each of those facilities and their outcomes, right? So we can look at, very specifically this time period. We can look by district. Just pick District 3 for reasons, and structural concrete, and so we can see those all pass. Let's find something that's got some failures in it. Precast drainage structures. So you can see there was just 3 in that time period. In District 3, one of them is unsatisfactory, the other 2 were satisfactory. But for evaluation purposes, let's look at something that's got a little more. So this is looking at everything across the state for structural concrete. Back on the left in the menu bar here, you can see other tabs that exist within this report. So the first tab is evaluation status. That's its page. If we go into the checklist status, we can see, we can dig deeper into where these facilities actually failed their inspections. So we're looking at just the checklists themselves that failed within that overall inspection. Move me up here. So you can see here, for these structural concrete facilities, of all of the failures that happened overall, the checklists that failed are broken down here by percentage. So coarse and fine aggregate checklist failed 11 times, plant records and scales failed, the water checklist failed. And then in here we can actually see which questions specifically were marked as fail during those inspections. So this gives us a good idea of where our production facilities are struggling and where we need to focus our efforts. This little table up here just kind of gives you the, which, it's just the table for the same information below. Again, this page can be filtered by district, material type, date range, specific facilities, the checklist category, structural concrete, and then this is the checklists themselves also. So the cementitious, coarse fine aggregate checklist, which one of these do we want to evaluate? The table up here will tell you which facilities. Again, run into the issues, so you can see that listed here. And then the map just shows you of the facilities that you're looking at. This is the map. It's pulled from the other report, just to show you a visual of what you're looking at. So again, we'll go back to production facilities. I can close these up here. We'll go to the last one for this, and this is production facility failures for samples taken. So project or program level samples will be here. So this is filtered out by production facility. So again, you can filter out by the managing district. Let's move me out of the way again. This report is pulling a lot of information, so it's a little bit slower to move. But if we look at just District 2, we see here an aggregate over this time frame. These are all of the samples that were taken. And it will tell us the light blue here are samples that failed. So if we just highlight those, we can see that, this particular facility had, 22 failures over that time period. If we click onto one of these facilities, it takes, again, it's a large report, so it moves kind of slow, but this will dig in and tell us which tests specifically failed. We gotta highlight the drill down button here. So once we do that, then we click in and it'll tell us which tests specifically failed for this facility. So T27 gradation were 21 of the failures, and then one T08. So this looks like specific gravity, of course, aggregate. Yeah, T85. So then we go back up, and again we can look across here. If we pick another one, it takes it a moment, but it'll dig in and tell you which specific tests failed. So these were all gradation T27s. Looking at the overall picture, you see most of the tests obviously pass. So those are all of the production facility reports in this dashboard for right now, and how they function and what their intended use is. Thank you.